Hi y'all, I'm back. I'm going to actually attempt to just work on a rock, and at the same time I'm going to attempt to stay in frame. I'm not sure what the likelihood is of those two things happening, but yeah, so this is a rock that I got from Ray Wiggs. He got this rock in Oregon. It is obsidian. It is tough skinned obsidian, so I might have a little bit of trouble initially getting into it. We shall see. I think I've got a little low area here. I think I'm gonna hit it with a solid. Aha, I'm into it. I coned it too much. I just lost some length, but oh well. So, the goal here is to work obsidian, talk about it a little bit, and stay in frame. So typical, I hit off my end, so now I've got basically 3 hits. This cortex is likely to crunch though, so I have to be careful. So I'm gonna go with, well, a very anemic hit right there because it's always better when I don't talk. This is likely to fail, so I tilted downward more. Let it run with the light support. Same thing over here. Rolled that one out. You see this cortex is very thick. It's a hydration rind kind of cortex. I mean, this was in a creek or river or something, probably a river. It's thick, and you can see that place fell off. There's surface cracks in it too. It's all bunged up. So until I'm down in the middle of the rock, this is like working a lot of river cobbles. It's gonna be problematic. No, I just was out of frame. We're staying in frame. Well, that looks like maybe a flaw. Nope, we're okay. This kind of rock is sort of an exception in a way to the turtle concept, that yes, the rock isn't very big. If you get your edge strong enough, you can hit long clean flakes on obsidian. The reason that doesn't happen, if it doesn't happen, is gonna normally be because the edge wasn't strong enough. But you know, you can hit long flakes, not a problem. I like to have a bottle of water nearby. I think I said this in a video a long time ago, but even if you wear glasses, I mean, the safest thing I guess would be to wear goggles or something, but I'm gonna go ahead and take that flake there. And sink it a little bit. Go ahead and put a little bit of pressure on everything so you get a wrapping around the end. But I like the bottle of water nearby so that I can go lay down on into the driveway rapidly if necessary, and pour water in my eye if a flake bounces up off the cheekbone and goes behind the glasses. So once again, I hit down because really steep, and wrapped the little turtle off a little bit. Failing on that cortex. If you normally work on your leg, cortex are just failing. If you normally work on your leg, it's way riskier to do it with obsidian. Because even if you dump your leg pad, every flake, even if you dump your leg pad, there's still that microscopic little glass dust and stuff from your last hits on there. I'm not gonna hit right there again before I go around from the other direction. I'm actually, the contours right over here are not that good. And this is mostly wrapped from that overshot. So I'm actually just gonna hit a flake from that and see how it goes. I'm gonna put a bunch of pressure on that top, which didn't work. But I did create myself a platform to go back the other way. And hit that at an angle that now I can cut off that. This is kind of a straight down thing because of the messed up cortex. Oh, Ray's cool. I like Ray. This is kind of weird because, you know, I was fixing to hit that, but then I realized, well, gee, I got a great ridge on the other side of it. So even though that's set up to hit, it's so high that I won't get my good run along that ridge. So I'm just gonna change plans and do it a different way. And I took 2 hits on the same side because that's kind of boogered up, and I figured that, whoa. I took 2 hits over here because that's kind of messed up. I figured that wouldn't work. I'm going straight down with it, trying to get a little bit. I'm not being careful because it's obsidian. I'm being careful because of the size of this thing. So that's not, man, now I keep getting too low. That's a compromise. You know, I took the 2 flakes over there. This is boogered, so I just left that. I got me an edge there, and I got it at a height where I think I can just whack through there. And I can actually whack through there again now, and this moved over secondary ridge. That failed. And then I undercut it with another hit. So much of what I do is about recognizing opportunities instead of creating them. There's just many, many times where I can see that oops. Okay. That ridge. You can see they're concave. That ridge right there. You can see it's concave. The platform is incredibly low. It doesn't matter. I can just tilt it downward. Don't push in the concavity, but I can just tilt it downward and push on this hump back here and hit above it straight down, and it undercuts everything. But you do have to kind of remember that since it is obsidian, anything you do that requires more power comes at the price of more bulb. That's something I have to try and remind myself of because I'm not used to it. It's better to do as much peeling initiations. Peel them flakes off. Of course, I'm not sure how well a video on obsidian ever is because it's hard to see the surfaces. But the way I look at it, if you want to nap cleanly, get your flakes to stay together and stuff. You know, you hit above the edges some, and then you hit on decently abraded edges some. And you do not talk while you're napping obsidian. Steep platform, slippery platform. Bad combo. No problem if it's ground a little. Try and do some good with this one. Didn't work. All of those, for some reason, guess my bopper is getting gnarly. All those last 3 hits or whatever didn't work right. But the other thing was that I rigged down pretty hard in making those platforms, and I did not cross grind. That probably was part of the issue too. I'm not gonna hit those yet because I got a hump here that, I'm not gonna hit those. I got a hump there that I don't like. So I'm gonna turn this a little bit back that way. Go ahead and raise the back end a tiny bit. Not squeezing tightly. That was a diamond, and I caught the right side of the diamond right there, and ran that flake all the way down to here. So you talk about killing two birds with one stone. That was the rest of the diamond just came off. This thing's already getting kind of small on me for sticking with the direct. Particularly with gloves on. Down to there, just barely caught it. I don't know what to do because I can't keep doing this with gloves on. I can take the gloves off, although that's such a bad example. Working with your gloves off with obsidian, it can be done, and I've done it before, but you got to be really slick with how you, you can't be, your hands can't be sweaty. I'm pretty good at, internalizing now where I don't brush anything. Blow stuff off. The reason that it's so hard to do finer work on direct percussion with the obsidian is that the flake tensile strength is so low that when you're doing little thin flakes, you still sometimes need very slight contact with them, but it's very slight. And if you get more than very slight, it hinges. Okay, I'm letting messiness creep in because letting my edges get thin, and that and the slight roughness on the bopper. If the edges are really thin, you just can't have any roughness. There we go. See the difference? Just a little bit of edge prep can make. You really need to try and get the good big flakes on the obsidian, because you very quickly can get back fatness to a preform as you come on in by allowing the flakes to shorten. If you just nibble at failing edges, you're going to have back a lot of thickness. Because it may seem thin, but it didn't. All right. I think I'm actually maybe going to come back and finish this into something. I'll be back.